All right, guys, we're live. Happy Wednesday, and this is going to be our February Didn't even make it to say hello before I got a knock at the door. Hello. You need to go. Thank you. All right. My name is Megan. I clearly am a mom. I've been building this business now with these little wild minions for the last almost 7 years. So while the interruptions are always inconvenient, it's what's been working for me since they were 2 and an infant. I've been building this alongside of them in the cracks of the day and the mom pockets that I could find. And it all started when I got added into some random new coach training group that my coach put me in, and there was a call. There was this call that was hosted, and my curiosity got me, and I was like, so what is this business thing all about? Like, what is she talking about? How is this girl able to have a full-time business from her computer at home with her kids? And I jumped on one of these new coach calls, and my curiosity was sparked. I listened to what the coaches said to do, and I realized that by already being on my fitness journey, by already loving the products and programs that I was using, the only thing I needed to do to take it one step further to a business was start sharing it. I needed to genuinely share what was working for me. I was getting up every day, working out, drinking a shake. It wasn't my job. I did it because it made me feel good. And then I learned that I could actually do it. It would still make me feel good. And I could make it a business where in turn I got to help other women do the same. And it allowed me to maintain a temporary stay-at-home mom role, which has been my last full-time job for 7 years. So I'm excited to have you guys to hear and kick things off. Like I said, this is our February new coach kickoff call. So you'll see a series of calls throughout the month of February led by different girls on the team that will walk you through different things that you'll typically run into in the first month of your business. This won't answer all of your questions, but hopefully this will give you the basis you need to get your feet wet, to start sharing, to start inviting, and to get your business up off the ground and start inviting. I am going to go ahead and share my screen, so hopefully I will stay on track with you guys. I can see the chat, but I think what will be easiest is if you guys have questions while we go, put them in the chat bar, and at the end of everything, I will go through the comments. We may even have time for questions. So maybe there's something totally unrelated, but it's something that you've ran into as you've been getting started here, and you might want to just jot it in the chat bar, and if we don't get it today, I can always make a point to answer it later. But like I said, February 3rd. What are your first steps as you're getting started? Like I shared briefly in the beginning, what got me started as a coach was simply my desire and love for the products. It was natural for me to coach because I was already loving everything that I was doing. I had no clue in the world how to use social media for a business. No idea. I didn't actually use Facebook at the time. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have a blog. I didn't have anything else other than a personal Facebook page where periodically I would share pictures of my children. That was the extent of it. But I saw other people begin to use their social media as a platform to share the things that you're doing, that I was doing, that I was learning, to then share them publicly. So little tips and tricks that you learn through the challenge group that maybe are in this private, community that you've started in becomes an avenue where you can take those things that you're learning and share them with other people. Because I promise you, if you've learned something new, there's somebody on your Facebook feed or Instagram feed who would love to learn the things you're learning. It's as simple as taking what you're doing and then publicly sharing it with everyone else. The goal of this first month as a new coach is to really get your first 3 people under your belt. Now, you're going to hear 3 people, first 3 people a month. That all coincides with what we call Success Club. Success Club is a benchmark set forth by the company. Think of it as you have another full-time job and your job is to do, every Monday morning you do this, or every month and you run this report, or whatever it is that you do for your job on a monthly basis. Your job as a coach is to hit Success Club by helping 3 people every single month. Now, the difference is I'm not your boss. You're your own boss. So I can't technically tell you that you have to or you'll lose it, but lose your job here as a coach, because it's not. You get to set your own rules, your own benchmarks, but as a company, we set forth this Success Club. And as your upline, as one of the leaders that you'll be learning from in this group, I'll tell you that benchmark of hitting SC5 consistently over time will build you a foundation for your business. Now, if your goals are bigger and you've got, these goals to leave a full-time job or pay off these student loans or whatever it may be, maybe your goals will be a little bit different. But a minimum is to help those first 3 people. What we're going to be sharing throughout these weekly Wednesday calls are the action steps that you can do every single day to get to that point. I actually had a call this morning, it was our Diamond Leadership call, and one of the girls who went to the New Leader Conference last week, she was sharing something that she learned, but what stuck out to me was she took away from the New Leader Conference, this business is built on consistency. And I'm like, yes, like that's it. There's nothing that any other coach has that you don't have, other than what they're doing is what you see today. It started, however many years ago, and they've shown up consistently every single day without fail. That, I think, is single-handedly the biggest piece of advice that I can give to you and to take away from this is, no matter what, show up. Show up as yourself, show up on the good days and share the good days. Show up on the bad days, share the bad days. Honestly, people tend to relate more to those and want to hear about that too, because that allows them to see that what you're doing is normal, that you are a normal mom, you are a normal typical teacher or nurse, whatever you are, who just is also taking it one step further and sharing their fitness journey publicly. The idea is that the little things that you're going to do consistently, while they might seem insignificant in their own little instance, over time, those are the things that really can compound into greater results. So in the same way that you cannot eat one salad and end up losing 20 pounds, and you can't eat one cookie and gain 50, the business works the same way. You can't make one post or send one invite or send invites for 1 day or 3 days and expect your business to explode. But if you take these actions and you do them every single day consistently, all of them that we'll talk to you about, your business will grow and you will reach the goals that you have. So a couple things as you're getting started. As everybody know where the Success Club trackers are, or have it, know what it is? Anybody not know what it is? No, good. All
Could
right.
you share? I'm not quite sure where I would find that.
Yeah, I'll post the link in the comments. I have a picture of it in here as well. So the Success Club tracker is literally what you'll hear any person who speaks on the National Wake Up Call, on a team call. They're going to talk about what they're following. They're following the Success Club tracker. I was actually part of the pilot group of coaches who got to test out these activities, share the feedback with it as they developed this just like maybe a year or two ago. They've been tweaking it over time. But the idea is that it gives you activities to do and to track every single day. Now, where'd my notebook go? I have mine bound actually in a notebook. Where'd it go? My kids were in here this morning. I'll find it and show you. But what I did is I didn't just print off the first 4. I printed off, what? Quickly. Hi. Okay, you're finished. So, thank you. I love you so much. Go. Thank you. I printed off, I don't think I did 52 when I did it. I printed off like 30. And what I did is I took my planner, my Rise Up planner, and I actually got it bound. It was like our local print shop is what it was. And they bound it all together for me. So it was obviously this here says print off 4. However you want to do it. But the idea is that you're not just doing this for a month, right? You're going to be doing this every single week over, the year, 2 years, 3 years, however it may be. So the Success Club tracker, I'll show you guys what that looks like here in a minute. You're going to want to get started on your first personal development book. If you've not read Slight Edge, this is a wonderful book that will take you through the month reading literally just a chapter a day. Maybe you read it a little bit in the morning. Maybe it's your morning quiet time. Maybe that's how you unwind before bed. Maybe you take a lunch break and you sneak in a couple of pages. Maybe you get it on and listen to the audio and listen to it on your commute to work. But listening to personal development, you'll see it again on that Success Club tracker as a daily activity. But it happens it's one of the things that, yes, it's part of our business requirement. I didn't do personal development before I started coaching. I thought that self-help section of Barnes and Noble was for people who were way wacky, a little bit crazy, and needed some serious help. And I didn't realize that doing personal development every single day ripples into all areas of your life. So while yes, we give it to you here as part of your daily activities that you should be doing anyways, I hope that regardless if you're a coach or not, you're doing some form of personal development every day. And the first book here recommended is The Slight Edge. Trust me, we have endless supplies of books to recommend. I have there's Like my bookshelf over there is like loaded with books, and I didn't own a single one before I became a coach. It all came from books that people would recommend that they were reading, whether it's personal, business, fitness journey, whatever it might be. So Slight Edge is one that we're going to recommend to start with. If you have by chance read that, another one that I love recommending in the beginning is The Compound Effect. And that really takes into the consideration those daily and significant things that compound over time and really do add up. You're going to want to commit to a fitness program, nutrition plan, whether you're going to do 2B or ultimate portion fix, and get plugged into the challenge group with your coach. The challenge group, the boot camp, whether it's a Facebook group, a bod group, whatever it may be, commit to yourself, because your story, your personal journey will be the absolute best thing you have as a coach to share with people. Because you could share my results, you could share them, you could say, look what she did, and somebody might be like, okay, clap, clap, good for her, but your people don't know me. So while it might inspire somebody to see somebody else who they might relate to, what they're going to relate to most is you. You're the person that they connect with, you're the person that they know, you're the person that they're already like following on social media. When you share your day one, when you share your progression along with the program, when you share your struggles and how you got through those, and why the groups are so powerful to you, and why being a part of a team is so meaningful, whatever it may be, those are the things that allow people to really connect to you and to then want to be a part of what you have to offer. So committing and staying true to a program, and either Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset, one of our nutrition plan, and getting plugged into the group ensures that you are being proof that our products and programs work. Make sure you reach out to your upline coach if you haven't yet to get plugged into the team page. I have, like for example, when this recording is all uploaded, I will add the recording for this call into our team page. I do the same thing with our Monday night calls. Right now I'm running a bingo contest for the month of February. That's in our team page. So it's another place to stay accountable and stay connected with your team members. Make sure you start using your tracker today. Even if you, one of the things we'll go through in next Wednesday's call is line by line what everything means on that tracker, so you have no doubt what you should be doing each and every day, but start using it today. Start checking off what you can check off. There are other trainings out there if you're eager to get started and find out what they all mean, but it will be more in depth covered next Wednesday. But start using the tracker, and it's okay if your tracker is not complete. That's okay. The goal is to use it. This thing keeps moving. The goal is to use your tracker. So I always say an incomplete tracker, and being able to give it to me and say, okay, end of week one, here's what I did really well. Here's what I missed. This is what I struggled with. This is where I got stuck. That would allow me as your upline to be able to figure out how I can help you. If you come to me and say, I'm stuck, I don't know what's happening, nobody's responding to me, and I ask for your tracker and you can't give me one, there's no way for me to know what you're doing. I'm not sitting beside you when you're sending invites. I'm not sitting there tracking how many connections you're making each day. The only way I can give feedback is by looking at your tracker. So that's why having these trackers, not only will it be, again, a piece to keep you accountable that you're going through each of the actions each day, but it will also help you reflect, are you doing the actions that are aligned with your goals? And this gives you something that you can really use to discuss with your coach. And then we're going to talk about launching your business quickly. You don't want to sit on it. You don't want to wait. It's something that if you are signed up, you are a coach, you are getting things started, you want to make sure you open the doors to that right away. So in your first month, as I mentioned, month one goal, getting your first 3 customers, which is obviously going to create enough income that will earn back the investment you made in your challenge pack initially. So think about it this way. If you signed up with, just use 9-week control freak. If you signed up with the $199 9-week control freak bundle option, I want to say the commission on that's $70, 66 or 70. I can't remember. I don't know if anyone knows what it is, but it's close to that. Let's just say it's 70 because that makes math easy. So if it's $70 commission on that $199 challenge pack and you sell 3, you just made back $210. So you hit Success Club. You hit that first benchmark, right, that the company's setting for you, that we're saying do that consistently and each day or each month. You got your first 3 people. Now you've got potential testimonies and success stories, and you've earned back. You've covered the investments. Now your investment to start this business is a flat 0. And then you begin earning Success Club rewards. So that's something that the company does. I actually just got buried under my kids' artwork and hockey pictures. But this was the prize for last year. If you hit Success Club, Haven't even unboxed it yet. It's a Theragun. Like, how cool is this? These things retail for like, I don't know, my husband and I looked into them last year, like 200, 300 bucks. That was the prize that they sent out to us if you hit Success Club all year long. This year, if you hit it January through December, it's a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. You get to pick a pair of sunglasses. But each month there's something. So the first month, I want to say, is the camo hat. And then the third month, long sleeve t-shirt maybe. And then there's a backpack, a cooler backpack. I don't know. It's in your back office. I should have pulled a picture up and put it on here. But month 1, 3, 6, 9, and 12, you get prizes as you continuously go throughout the year. And then the idea is that, like, essentially the prizes get a little bit better the more cumulative months that you hit Success Club. So you get the recognition from the company, you get the prizes. Like, the reason I haven't unboxed this yet is because when I do, I want to make sure I put it on my Instagram stories. I'm going to share about this. I'm going to share that the company, for doing the basics of my job, this is hitting Success Club 5 each month. For doing that, they sent me a Theragun. Like, how cool is that? So that's why it's still sitting on my desk, because I wanted to make sure that I took the time to actually share how I got it, how I earned it, and how grateful I am to be part of a company that rewards you literally for just doing your job. So the Success Club rewards are always just fun little things that you get to use to showcase the business side, little thank yous for doing what, you know, we're setting forth for you guys to do. Also, month 1, I want you guys to earn your income back. Like, that's important. The last thing I want is a coach who's sitting there like, oh, like, I'm doing all the things, but I'm not making any money. Like, whether it's, you know, 50 bucks a month to go towards your electric bill, or $100 that maybe it's going to cover a date night for you and your husband, or birthday presents for your kids, or maybe it's, you know, $100 a week. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I want my coaches making money. And when you're making money, you're proud. I feel like it makes you believe more in the company. And therefore, when you share more about it, you're more confident in the opportunity that you have. And one of the ways that you'll see that is through the volume that you generate. So you'll see volume points, you'll see volume shout out boards that your coach probably puts forth each week, recognizing the people who are selling different products. The Success Club points come from the people who you onboard each month, or, you know, each week. And you typically get 2 points for each person. So when we say help 3 people, that would have you earn Success Club 6. Earning Success Club 6, and it's because things used to be different, but that is that Success Club 5 benchmark. But now it's 2 for each of those typical things that you earn points for. So that's the points aspect of it. And then the volume comes from any volume that you generate through your sales. So when you sell a challenge pack to a customer, that generates volume. When you sell Energize to a customer, it's not going to get you Success Club points, but it will still generate volume. Same thing with Beachbody On Demand. You can sell an annual Beachbody On Demand membership. It's going to generate volume. You're going to generate commission. Just won't generate Success Club points. So there's really 2 kind of moving pieces to the business side from the Success Club points, and, you know, getting people started with a challenge pack or completion pack that's going to be your fitness and your nutrition. And then there's the one-off other things that you can sell that might be someone who just sees your love for Energize every day and sees you popping that every morning before your workout. And they're like, I don't know what you do, but I need more of that. I need to try what that is. And, you know, selling off the other little things. You will get coupon codes as a new coach. They changed it from 2020 to 2021. You do have to be in a BOD group, I believe, to get your second 2 codes. So you get your first code when you sign up. So you should have an email, and if you don't see it, talk to your coach. You can always call Coach Relations, and they'll hopefully resend it to you or do a chat with them. You should get your first code when you sign up. And then as long as you are added into a BOD group, you're participating in a BOD group, or you can create your own BOD group and be the admin of that BOD group, or a co-admin with your coach. You'll get 2 more additional coupon codes. Those coupon codes are to save $10 off a challenge pack. Now, if you already signed up in January before we kicked off February, and you are part of a team cup as well, you also got 3 coupon codes for that. So these coupon codes just give you such a great way to, like, incentivize those first couple people to get started with you and to join you. Obviously, as we go through this month, the goal would be that by February 28th, you've finished your Success Club, your Slight Edge book, and you're able to apply it. You're able to apply that and understand it's those little things that are going to set you apart from other people. It's such a great book. And really commit to drinking your Shakeology every day and doing your workout from start to finish. If you're doing 9-week Control Freak, obviously that one's got 9 weeks, but it doesn't mean you can't continuously share your progress every step of the way. If you're doing something shorter like MBF, you have an opportunity this month to start and finish and show your results just from that one program alone. This is the business activity tracker that I was talking about. And at the end of the call, I will pull the link from the back office. If you're in the team page with your upline, it's probably already in there somewhere, whether it's under the files or if you go into your team page and search business activity tracker or Success Club system tracker, something along those lines, it might even come up as well. But this will show you, this is what I want you guys all to print out at least 4, or if you're going to be super ambitious, print out all 52 for the next year and commit to staying consistent for an entire year. But this walks you through it. And like I said, this will be covered in depth next week as well. So I'm not going to take the time there. I just wanted you to see what it looks like. It is outlined Thursday, Friday, like Thursday through Wednesday. And that's because our Beachbody week starts on a Thursday. So rank advancements show up on Thursday morning. Like I run my Success Club reports and volume reports every Thursday. I do all of that on Thursday. That's our payday is Thursday. So that's how this is. If it messes you up to think about like Thursday being day 1, cross the lines out at the top and make them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But this is where you'll track, this, you get to put in your purpose, you get to put in your target market, you track, how many followers do you have, how many challengers, your points, your coaches. And this really, like you can look back on these week after week to see what are you doing and is it resulting in the business results that you're looking for. This shows you the different ways that you can earn Success Club. So obviously, I think I've already said Success Club like 17 times through this call. It's really important. It's important today. It's important as you go in your business. I've hit Success Club 4 months in a row now, because in day 1, when I first signed up, when I didn't know anything else, I kept hearing this: help 3 people hit Success Club, help 3 people hit Success Club. So I was like, all right, I'm following the rules. They say this is what you're going to do if this is your business, and I want this to be my business. So I help 3 people hit Success Club. It's any combination of these that gets you to 5 or more. And like I said, most things are 2 points apiece. So any challenge pack or completion packs, that would be something you would have. Let's say you just signed up as a coach and your cousin has Beachbody On Demand, but she wants to join with 9-week Control Freak and she wants you to be her coach. How would that all go down? Well, if she already has Beachbody On Demand, she doesn't need a challenge pack that would include the Shakeology. She just needs to have that includes BOD. They would need the completion pack that would include either Shakeology or the performance line. So challenge packs or completion packs will get you 2 points. Any Shakeology HD order, you see HD across the board here. HD is home delivery. So that's what the HD stands for. And you want all orders to be placed on HD. Now, when someone says to you, but I don't want an auto charge on my car, I don't want to be billed in 30 days, I don't even know if I'm going to like it, I hear it all the time. Here's the deal. You will pay $15 to ship a bag of Shakeology if it's not HD, or $2 if they choose HD. So what I always tell people is, I understand I'm super weird about like subscription things and I don't like auto charges on my account, but it is a huge savings. And I do think if you drink for 30 days, you're going to realize how much you appreciate that auto bag shipping and arriving at your door as soon as you run out. But just in case, let's go ahead and I'll set you up with the HD, and then I'll give you the phone number. You can call and cancel it tomorrow as soon as the order processes. And then you can go back. And if you change your mind down the road, we can get you set up with a new order. It is a simple, quick chat or a phone call into Coach Relations to cancel it. But I honestly was the girl who placed my first order. I knew I got the shipping. I understood it was cheaper. So without telling my coach, I ordered and then I canceled right away because I wasn't paying for another bag of that. And then obviously I loved it so much. And that's how I learned then about the discount opportunity we got through coaching. And that's kind of how I progressed down the road to then learning more about coaching and taking the coaching route. But I was the person who was hesitant. So I always tell people, I understand, I can sympathize with what you're feeling right now, but let's get it this way. It's going to save you 13 bucks on shipping. And if you decide you don't want it, or you decide down the road you do, whichever way you're going with it, it's super easy to either reorder or to cancel, however they want to handle it. So you see that with all of these. You do earn 2 points if you get the 3 Shakeology boosts. It's digestive health, focused energy, and power greens. That's another way to get the Success Club points. The performance line on HD. So there's a couple different options. You can get Energize and Recover. You can get Energize, Recover, Hydrate, and Recharge. Or even if you don't, like I personally don't do the recharge, so I wouldn't want to order that stack. But if I did a performance stack, that's 90, like the Recover and Energize. Or maybe I do a collagen on HD, a hydrate on HD, and then an energize on HD. As long as whatever it is adds up to 90 PV or more, it also can categorize under this one here. And that's where the 1 point comes into play. So if you ever look at the Success Club boards, when your coach shares them each week, they typically have even numbers, right? Like 2, 4, 6. But if you see a 7 or a 5 or an 11, chances are they sold one of these other combo items that gave them 1 point. And then the beach bar, if they do the 3 box of beach bar, that's 2 points as well. So you can see there are different ways to earn it. The most common way you're going to earn Success Club points is through a challenge pack or a completion pack. And this counts the same if it's a new customer signing up or if it's a new coach. Either way, when they sign up with one of these, options you see here, each new person will generate 2 points, and your goal is to get 3 people in your first month so that you hit that Success Club as well. Does that all make sense? I see 2 little questions. Let me just make sure we're good here. Oh, Caitlin, you rock. There's the rewards picture. Thank you, thank you. I talked a little bit about the promo codes, but I just want to give you guys an example of how you can use these promo codes in the first month. So one example, you can enroll your spouse. So if maybe you already have Beachbody On Demand, I would assume, and you already got Shakeology, you could enroll your significant other with a 3-day refresh challenge pack. I actually had a coach do this yesterday. So she got the 3-day refresh challenge pack. She's going to do the 3-day refresh. And then she ordered a box of Shakeology packets because she said she has so many friends who see it, but they're hesitant. And what I suggested to her was take that box of packets. It comes with 24 packets in a box. You could break that up into 4 packs of 6 or 6 packs of 4, either way. And you could either publicly do this or go back to people who you've talked to and say, I know how, I've been sharing about my superfood shake that I love every day, but I get it. Not everybody is ready to invest in a full month. So I decided I would do the upfront investment for you. I have bundled together 4 or a limited number of sampler kits for the first 4 people, the first 6 people who want to give this a try for a week before committing to a full month. And I do sell them. I don't give them away. If you give them away, they have no value to that person, and chances are it's not going to get you anywhere. But I will sell them off. So I will do them at $5 a piece. That covers the shipping because they're going to cost you about $4 to order them. So at $5 a piece, that generally covers the shipping that it would cost to send to somebody. And I usually do the vegan barista pack just because those are the most popular flavors from my experience. So the vegan chocolate, vanilla, and cafe latte, and I can take 2 of each and put them together. So I have potentially 4 customers who can drink Shakeology for a week. I'll give them some of my favorite recipes. I'll tell them how I recommend making it. They get to try the different flavors. And ideally, after drinking it for a week straight or 6 days, they get to find a flavor that they really like. They figure out which way they really like to make it. And then, all in all, through this whole process, I enrolled my spouse. I used the $10 coupon on it. I got my first coach under me because I enrolled my spouse as a coach. I got Success Club points on the board. And now I have the opportunity for 4 new customers who are trying Shakeology to then become additional customers down the road. So that is one of the things I always recommend starting off with because there's so many different little points that you can go with that. And I am a numbers person. So let's say you do order that 3-day refresh challenge pack. It's going to be $160. You earn a $50 commission on that. So then if it's $10 off, so you pay $150 if you use a coupon code on your spouse's, you're going to earn a $48 commission, I think, $47. So now you've only net spent $100. you have a box of Shakeology coming that you're going to now essentially sell off to potential customers. You're going to break even there, and then you have a refresh. You have the opportunity to do a 3-day cleanse, get 3-day results, and then showcase that as something that maybe you're kicking the sugar habits. Maybe you know, are still struggling after the holidays, and with everything going on, you never really settled, even though you set these January goals, you haven't quite got there. Whatever, you know, your story is yours, but you can see how you can take that one act of enrolling your significant other with a 3-day refresh challenge back, or you know, maybe it's your mom's going to jump on board and help support you, or, you know, maybe you have a teenage child that's going to do whatever it is, different ways that you can get that first sale under your belt. Another thing that you can do with your $10 off promo code, talk to your best friend. Like, I know that, you know, like, everyone has to have a person, right? Like this person who you can go to. I have a best friend, Jamie. We met in college, and I have used her more times than I can count. Like, hey, James, got to hit my Success Club goal this year or this month. Do you want to do another 3-day refresh? Like, what about doing this? And she does not drink Shakeology monthly. She is not a coach. She's a runner. She doesn't do the home workouts. But when I need a favor, my girl will come through for me. And she's like, sure, like, I've always wanted to try this, or I'll try this for you. So ask your friend if they want to join you. There's another $10 off promo code they can have, 2 more Success Club points. And then it comes down to sharing it publicly. You can showcase the fact that as a brand new coach, you got the opportunity to give 3 promo codes away for the first 3 people who are going to come join your boot camp. And if you want to be one of the first to link arms, save that $10, you know, comment below, answer this poll, whatever it may be. So there's kind of just a little layout for how to use that. And what this all kind of compiles into is what we call the Success Starter Program. Now, the Success Starter Program is for when any coach signs up. If they hit Success Club 3 out of their first 6 months, they become a Success Starter. So it would have to be, if you signed up in 2020, it would have been like October, November, December. January would have been your month 4, February is month 5, and March is month 6. So kind of within those months. So you could have hit Success Club in October, December, and then February. That would be 3 of your first 6 months. If you just signed up in February, you need to hit Success Club 3 times between February, March, April, May, June, and July. But when you do that, you get a couple things. One is the summit ticket, which I know everything last year was virtual, so it wasn't quite the same, but hopefully we'll be back in person in St. Louis this summer. As of now, they're still progressing forward with planning that event, but nonetheless, you get your summit ticket for free. That summit ticket is a $300 value. When I was a brand new coach and a stay-at-home mom making a whopping $0 per hour, and I had no money, earning that ticket was everything. I would have never spent the $300 on a summit ticket. But once I earned the ticket for free, I looked at it like I had this coupon sitting in my hand, right? Like I had this value of $300 at my fingertips, and I couldn't let it go to waste. So I went to Summit my very first year on a free Summit ticket on airline miles that were given to me by my mother-in-law. And I roomed with a girl I had never met, and I think I paid like $70 for the 3 nights, and we stayed way away from everybody else. Like we were in our own world. But I did it a very cheaply way, but I got to Summit, and going to that event totally changed the course of my business. So I can't stress enough the importance of Summit, for one. If this is the first time you're hearing about Summit, Summit is our annual coach convention. It happens every summer. It's in the middle of July this year. It's in St. Louis. If you go to coachsummit2021.com, you'll find more information about it. But this is where you get to actually see the people that you're talking to through the screen. You get to see them in person. You get to hug them in person. You get to network. You get to celebrate. And one of the things that you get out of this is if you're just hitting Success Club, you can also earn that ticket for free. So that's one of the things. And then something they added in last year, which is so cool, is you get an invite to be in a test group for whatever the next program is that's coming out. So at this point, Shaun T's program comes out in March, so you wouldn't be able to earn a spot for that one yet. They usually cut things off a couple months in advance. So I know that Amalia kind of had a little sneak peek appearance in the January Super Saturday video. So maybe his program is going to be the next one that's coming out that we'll learn about for Summit. I don't actually know. that's my guess. So if you were to hit Success Club and lock in those 3 months before they begin the test group, you could earn a spot in that. And what makes that so special is you get to work with other success starters. So it gives you an opportunity to connect with other people who started around the same time you did or having similar successes you did. So you get other people that you get to work with. And you also get to work with the trainer. You get an inside info and what's coming out. You get to be one of the first to do it, the first to get results, the first to share about it. And it just gives you another opportunity to leverage and grow your business. Again, all of this happening just by hitting Success Club each month, just by getting those 3 people on board every month. So now that we talk about all the rewards, I want to talk about launching your business. So everybody had to go through a thought process where they were not a coach. They thought about it. They went online, they hit submit, and they became one. So what happened in your mind? What was it? What did you think of? What was that deciding factor that made you go from one day you were not a coach and now today you are? And I truly want you to think about what it was and start jotting down ideas. You know, why did you become a coach? Who do you want to help? Do you want to help the other person just like you? Do you want to help? Maybe it's, you know, you're inspired by a friend who was going through something, or a parent who is living a lifestyle a certain way, and you want to make sure that you don't end up in that same way. What is it? Like, who are the people who you're targeting? Why is Beachbody going to be the company that's going to get you there? What have you already experienced through coaching, or not coaching, but through being a part of the team and the programs and the products and the challenge groups? What are you excited about? How are you going to connect and connect with your people? Are you going to be somebody who shares really awesome recipes? Are you going to be somebody that makes them laugh and smile? Are you going to be somebody that shows hot mess mom life 24/7? You know, are you going to be someone who makes up your own fitness videos? And, you know, Jess Carey's been rocking fitness challenges like no other lately. You know, what is going to be the thing that you're going to share? And then you want to make sure people know, how are they going to, if they're interested, what are they going to do? Are they messaging you? Are they emailing you? Are they filling out a form? Are they coming into your inbox and DMing you on Instagram? Make sure you're consistent in how you're telling people to connect with you so they understand your door's open. You're here to help, and then make sure you have that call to action. So maybe it's like this post, drop me an emoji, stay tuned, join this group for more info, whatever it may be. So kind of give you guys little example here. Has anybody here not launched their business yet? Anybody not launched? Is everybody already publicly?
I have not launched. It's Felicia. Hi, how are you?
Hi. Okay, so Felicia, you have not yet. So pay close attention.
Okay.
So here's a little example. Like we said before, your journey is going to be the greatest asset to your business. Now, I don't want to take that as your weight loss journey, because I don't really have one. I actually shared yesterday for Transformation Tuesday, I had shared my very first transformation, like day 1 picture from the boot camp that my coach was going to kick me out of if I didn't send her my day 1 pictures. I took that to a most recent one, and I shared, you know, a little bit about my story. And then at the end, I actually added a little note that I'm 10 pounds heavier today than when I started. Because so often people do think it has to be one way or the other. And I don't want to discount anybody's killer transformation, that they've lost incredible, you know, made incredible progress with their own weight loss. I just don't want you to think that it's the only way. The best way is your way, your story, and what makes you different from everybody else. So the whole thing, the whole idea is that you're going to start a program, you're going to finish a program, and you're going to journal and share throughout that program on your social media. You're going to share things in your stories. Maybe it's video, maybe it's pictures, maybe it's funny reels of what you're experiencing. Maybe it's things that your other people in the challenge group are experiencing, but you're going to keep note of all these things that are happening, and you're going to share them. And by sharing on day 1 and each day throughout the process, it makes those end transformation pictures that much more powerful. So I gave you just an example here. This is not my actual launch post. Mine was really dumb. I don't even think I had a picture with my initial launch post. I should have tried to go back and find it. It was like, I'm a Beachbody coach, and it was so bad. It was so bad. And that's okay, because by having really bad ones, you're able to then make better ones and learn from them as you go forward. So this is more of an example that you can share with things. So today is the day. Today is the first day of my commitment to myself. Today is the first day where I press play on my home workouts. Today is the first day of choosing foods that give me strength and energy versus just comfort. Today is the first day of not going through the journey alone, but connecting to other women who are going to be my virtual hype squad. Today is the start of a more positive version of my already amazing self. I'm documenting the start because I know that sharing the journey will inspire another mama out there to make the decision to do the same. I know that being the best mom and wife starts with how I take care of myself. Make sure to check back for daily updates, inspiration, recipes, and tips. And if you're in need of accountability and support too, let's connect by leaving a comment or sending me a message. I'd love to have amazing ladies to crush goals with too. So this talks about why, right? Like, why am I doing it? There's a picture, there's the visual that's going to stop somebody. You need to have the picture there. It's hard to make a launch post with the text and actually get people to stop and read it. The picture makes a big difference. Saying why I'm doing it, who I'm looking for to come back, and then the call to action there as well. So think about your launch business post. Do you already have before pictures? Maybe you're in the middle of a program. Maybe you were halfway through a program before you were like, oh my gosh, like I've got to do this. Like for me, I was on day 16 of the 21-day fix. I still remember that day, clear as day, when I snapped progress pictures in my bathroom, literally in my bra and underwear, and sent them to my coach. And I was like, holy cow, like this really works. Like I'm blown away. And that's where the whole conversation of becoming a coach came from, day 16. So it just goes to show you it doesn't have to be from the start. It doesn't have to be a year later. It doesn't have to come from some, incredible weight loss. I genuinely felt so much better after going through what I had gone through those first couple weeks in the program, that I knew that sharing it was the next natural step. So you want to think about what it was that made you, make that decision to become a coach. I actually shared that on Monday night. I had shared a post, and I was sharing this with my kids. Actually, you'll see I found the pictures of it. But when I first reached out to my coach, I was actually in Children's Hospital because my son had been hospitalized with pneumonia. He had pneumonia, he had double ear infection, he had bronchitis. He was 8.5 months old, and he was hospitalized, and a very, very sick little boy. It was in February, 7 years ago. And I sat down with my son last night, and I was showing him the pictures. I mean, he was sick. Like, the pictures are sad. But I showed him, and I said to him, I said, bud, like, because he knows that he was hospitalized for pneumonia and blah, like, he already knows that part. So I was explaining to him, I said, you know what else happened that night, though? I said, when I couldn't sleep and I was watching you, holding you in my arms with, hooked up to all the things. I said, I had you in one arm and my phone was in the other. And I was scrolling Facebook, and I came across a post by Miss Deidre, who he knows. I said, and she talked about this 21-day boot camp. And that was when I messaged her. 1:30 in the morning, I shot her a message like, hey, what is this? And I remember having a conversation through Facebook Messenger about it. I got all the information, and that is what started it. So what was something so tragic and something that was so scary turned into a pivotal moment. I wasn't somebody who scrolled Facebook much back then. I was a CPA working like 70 hours a week. I did not have time, and that was not a habit of mine. But that night it was, because I didn't have anything else to do. And that was the night that changed everything going forward. So I shared it with him because he was looking at the pictures. We were going through it, and just how different our life is now today compared to what it was 7 years ago. Your story is probably very different, but at some point you went through a process where you took action. Why? What was it? Maybe it was as simple as you were sitting on the couch and like you popped a button off your jeans and you were like, holy cow, I better do something about this. I don't know. But think about your story, because it's yours. When you can share that, that makes it so much more relatable to somebody else. And so as you're jotting through, making your notes, thinking about what it was, share that you're committing. You're committing to you, but you also want to link arms with other people who have similar goals. This is day 1 of a 9-week program. If you're doing 9-week Control Freak, you want to know who else is interested, who can link arms with you. If you're sharing on stories, it's simple to add a little poll on there. Answer this poll. I always give only positive options. Heck yes or yes. Absolutely, or I'm so totally curious. Little things that no matter what response they give you, it merits you then giving them more information. And then really just starting your transformation. The best, I'll tell people when they're thinking about coaching and they're not quite sure yet, I'll say, what's the worst that can happen? You publicly share you're a coach, and then you go all in with your fitness journey and get great results. Like, what if you only ever, like, maybe you don't pull anyone else on board, but you help yourself? Like, by saying you're a coach and you're publicly sharing that and making it accountable, you are so much more likely to stay on track with your own journey. And that is our job. That is our job. And not that you have to be a size this or a size that, but you're going to share how these programs and products are helping you show up each and every single day. So Instagram stories make it such an easy way to document and share consistently without having to make the pictures all filtered or the captions beautifully put. You can just talk. You can just share a picture. You can share a visual. You don't have to worry about the text as much when you're sharing it on stories. You can look back at that business activity tracker to see more of things that you can share in your stories each day, taking weekly progress pictures. Even if week 1 to week 2 doesn't show a whole lot, I actually had to take 2 weeks off with 9-week control freak because I had pulled a muscle in my back. I had back spasms for 2 weeks. So I did week 1, and then I took 2 weeks off, and then everybody else was starting week 4, and I was back to starting week 2. So I took a picture that showed, here was day 1 and here's today. And I'm just proud that I didn't go backwards. So that one wasn't necessarily showing some great transformation, but it showed that I stayed consistent with my nutrition at a time when I couldn't stay consistent with my workouts. So like I said, it's whatever your journey, however it unfolds, but showing that to people consistently helps them see, yes, you're committed. Yes, you're getting results, whether it's, maintaining your results or, progressing in some way or another. But being able to share each week being able to share each week allows you to then, when you share that 9-week transformation, then it's like, okay, I saw her show up when it got hard. I saw her show up through hybrid schooling her kids. I saw her show up through, you need to wait till I'm done. I'll be done in 10 minutes. Wait. Okay. Okay, I will be done. Okay, I'm almost finished, please. Sorry, guys. But being able to, if you just showed today and then 9 weeks later, you might get some people who are like curious about it, but they didn't know what you went through. They don't know how hard it was. They don't know what any roadblocks you had. They don't know how much fun you had. They don't know the middle piece, right? So being able to share day 1, document along, and then share the end result, it really is where the trust in your people comes from. So make sure you know what you're inviting to. I know for me, I have my February boot camp. I run a themed boot camp each month. It just runs with the calendar. So mine's due 1st February. And then I've also went back to people who I talked to about the Take Back Control with 9 weeks. And I went back to invite them to come in as well. So make sure you know with your coach what you're inviting to. Is it in a bod group? Is it in a Facebook group? Are you running your own, or are you inviting to theirs? And then really you want to just sign people up. The easiest thing is sign them up the way you started. So if you're doing 9-week control freak, yes, you may run into somebody who may not want to do that program, and then you can kind of take that the next step and figure out what's going to be best for them. But when you're enrolling them, it's almost easier just to enroll them with whatever program you're doing. So if you're doing MBF, enroll them with an MBF challenge pack. If you're doing 9-week, enroll them with a 9-week challenge pack, because it's easier for them to follow in your footsteps and try to, take a completely different route. And you don't have to know every single program that's out there, because obviously we have countless options, right? So your goal is to get really comfortable sharing whatever you know about. And if somebody comes on board, so, I'm doing 9-week control freak, but if somebody is, 100 pounds overweight and has never exercised, I'm probably not going to recommend that to start. I'm probably going to recommend something a little bit more lower impact, maybe bar blend, maybe some PiYo. Maybe we're just going to go nutrition for the first month and see where we're at the end of that. So you can talk to your coach if you get into situations where this doesn't work, but for the most part, it's easiest to think about the way you started and signing people up that way. So here's just, a message just to share with you guys. And maybe if you have someone who you've talked to before about losing weight together, or maybe used to go to the gym together before the gym shut down, or maybe you guys used to be, personal trainers, or in college, you guys both worked at the health club together, whatever it may be, something along these lines, hey, okay, I just did this thing. I signed up as a health and fitness coach. I'm going to be doing a new program, an accountability group online, 21-day program. I'm going to lose these 10 freaking pounds for good. Here's my coach's results. She lost 30 pounds by doing these workouts and nutrition plans, and she has 2 kids. She can do it. I can too. you want to do it with me? We can keep each other accountable and knock a cookie out of our mouths when we want to cheat. Let me know. We start in 10 days. I can give you details. So this is an example. This is obviously a message you're sending to somebody who you've talked to before. This isn't like a random person on social media that liked your post or something like that. Another message example, maybe someone's following you, but you've been sharing, hey, I've got this boot camp. Hey, I've got this group starting soon. So I always thank people when I see somebody new that I haven't connected with. Hey, thanks for following me. I'm not sure if you see my stories, but I'm gearing up for my next boot camp. Do you want to snag a spot? Want some info about what I do? So this is a super simple message that I'll send out to people when I'm going through who's viewing my stories or who's liking on my posts. If they're liking on, I want to make like, did they just like the picture? Because that can happen. But are they liking it because they're actually interested? And they didn't leave a comment because they're a little nervous and they're not sure how to create that or start that conversation, but they liked it, or that they're watching your story. So it gives you that open door to be like, okay, they gave me the opportunity to say I'm interested, and now it's, on us to follow through with that. So someone likes a post. Hey, I saw you like my post. I'm not sure. That's very simple. So here, sorry. The first one was someone's following you. The second one is that you like my post. And then this last one, good morning, I saw your like. Thanks so much for supporting me on this journey. You have no idea how much it means to me. It's definitely not easy putting myself out there, but how can I not share this, Are you wanting deets on what I'm doing? Because we could totally dive in together. Now, if you're not one to ever say deets, then don't write deets in your message. You'll want to make this sound like your voice. But just to give you some examples, the common theme is you're connecting with the people who are connecting with you. The people who are watching your stories or the people who are liking your post, you're acknowledging that they took the time to hit like, that they took the time to show their love to you. So you're going to take the time to show the love back. Couple things here just to make sure you have familiar. I have these links on my phone as well as saved as bookmarks on my computer, but I use the share a cart link all the time. So we say share a cart app. It's not technically an app. Like, you're not going to go to the app store and download share a cart. But what you can do is you can go to the share a cart link through your Coach Online office, and then you can save that down to your phone as like a save it to your home screen. So I can click on that and it launches me right into share a cart. So a lot of times I have that, or I'll send somebody a cart from my phone. We spend a lot of time in the car. My two kids play hockey, so we're on the road like 4 or 5 days a week going to different hockey things. So I do tend to do a lot from my phone. So having that link easy is super, super efficient, or you can access that through your computer. Coach FAQ, it's searchable. So again, if you're looking for that business activity tracker and you can't find it, go and type in business activity tracker, success club tracker. It comes up super easy. TBB 411 is a Facebook page. That's where the National Wake Up Call, actually it's called Team Beachbody Coach, I think 411. But that's where the National Wake Up Call is broadcasted each week at 11. It's also on the podcast app, which is a great way to watch the replays because you can also pause it or fast forward. I actually speed it up. So I have my podcast app set to 1.5. So I listen to them at a 1.5 pace because you can still understand them, but you get through a lot more than if you have them at the regular pace. Just a little tip for you. Make sure you're plugged into the Facebook group for your bootcamp group with your coach, as well as the team page. Obviously, our Wednesday calls is the first place that you'll be doing for trainings. I mentioned the National Wake Up Call. Every Monday night are our team calls. Wednesdays at noon are our new coach calls. And then quarterly, we have super weekend events. Right now, everything's virtual. Hopefully they won't be soon, but make sure that those are all in the back office as well as to when those things are. And then just your expectations. I know we're coming down here on 1 o'clock, so we're going to wrap things up, but show up for an hour a day. I know in the beginning, my hour was definitely in little 15-minute increments throughout the day. I never had the actual hour to sit down. But as the kids got older and not quite as interruptive, and I became more committed to my goals, it was okay, well, maybe I'm going to stay up a little bit later and get my work done when they go to bed. Maybe I'm going to get up, that dreaded 5 a.m. wake-up call, because by doing that, it allows me to get my workout in. It allows me to get my personal development in, and it gives me quiet time to work my business, to connect to people on social without the madness of everyday life coming around me. Commit to your vital behaviors. You're going to be proof the product works by drinking your Shakeology and doing your workout every day. You're going to invite people to learn more about this business. You're going to help your people get results, and you're going to do personal development every single day. And understand that you will always and forever fail, and it is a learning process. I have had times where I've launched a challenge group that I am so excited about, and nobody else seems to care. And I'm not hitting my Success Club goal. I know this happened to me last September. I was like riding the struggle bus like none other. And like I said, I've hit Success Club 84 months in a row. And there I was in September struggling to get anybody to commit to me or commit with me. So with 5 days left in the month, I totally pivoted, started a new group, marketed it, launched it, and it did so well. And like launched me as I finished September and into October, because I knew that what I was doing wasn't working. So I failed forward, figured it out, changed it up, and tried again. You're going to want to hit at least Success Club 5 by the end of February. Obviously, February is a short month, so we have until February 28th to reach that goal, and really just stay connected. The more immersed you are and surrounded by the people, the more excited you're going to be, the more committed you're going to be to your goals. So if you are listening to every Monday night team call, yes, 7 years in, I still get on every Monday night team call because they matter. I learn something new every time that I'm on them. I hear something different from somebody. Somebody shares something that I just never thought of, or maybe I heard it before and I forgot about. Always stay connected to your team calls, the National Wake Up Calls, and whatever trainings are going on, and really just have fun. It's an incredible opportunity that we have to build a business by sharing our own personal journey. Like, our job is to become the healthiest versions of ourselves. And the fact that you can make that a business is a pretty incredible gift. So I know we're hitting here at the end. Thanks to all of you who stayed on and were able to chill for the whole hour. I'll get this recording out to all the other coaches. But if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message. Caitlin, thanks for helping out with the waiting room. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.